Today we're here with.
Danielle Engert.
Where are you from?
I'm from Maryland, USA.
And how long have you been here in the Philippines?
I've been here a little over a year, about 15 months.
Nice. So, what made you stay here for such a long time?
Well, I signed a 2-year contract, but also I've just really grown to love the Philippines, and in my community specifically, I feel really welcomed and part of the community there.
I see. So, what are some of the culture shocks that you've experienced while you were here in the Philippines?
I think the first one that comes to mind is like the noise and the busyness, specifically here in Manila. I just came from the light rail, the MRT, and there's so like the overpass and the traffic. But in the province, for example, where I live, there's not many people there, but there's always videoke, or the roosters are crowing or something's going on, and that took a while for me to get used to, but now I'm so used to it. For example, when I call my mom on the phone, she's like, "What is that noise?" I'm like, "What noise?" And then I have, but yeah.
I see. So, how is it like living in the Philippines as a foreigner? What was your experience like?
Honestly, it's been a very positive experience. I think for the most part, Filipinos are very welcoming of foreigners, particularly American foreigners. It has been a little challenging at times where, for example, where I live, it's very provincial and very small, and so people aren't used to seeing foreigners there and often are asking me where I'm going and what I'm doing. And that was also something I had to get used to at first, but now I understand that people are just curious and they want to talk. It's not, there's no ill intention.
And lastly, what do you think is the best part about living in the Philippines?
The best part?
Yeah. In your opinion?
Honestly, I would say the people are just so kind and caring, and will literally give you like the clothes off their back. They'll give you like the last piece of food that they have. I've always felt very welcome and cared for here, and it's something that comforts me when I miss my family back in the US. I live with a host family, for example, and they treat me like I'm one of their kids, so I'm very grateful for that.
Sounds fantastic. Thank you so much for your time. That was it.
Thank you.
Today we are here with.
Niels.
And where are you from, Niels?
I'm from Germany.
How long have you been here in the Philippines?
About 2.5 weeks now.
So, since you've been here for about 2.5 weeks, what are some of the biggest culture shocks that you've experienced while you were here in the Philippines?
I think like the main thing is like how people are like nice as a default and a little bit more welcoming, especially maybe not in this area in Manila, because here it's a little bit more how do you say, it's a little bit more high society around here, but especially if you go to the parts that are maybe not as rich, then it feels like people are a little bit definitely more friendly, more welcoming towards you compared to Germany.
What is it like in Germany, the people?
People usually mind their own business, so they wouldn't really come up to you to talk and say hi.
What's the best part about being here in the Philippines, even if you've just been here for 2.5 weeks?
I think first of all, the weather. It's nice like to go from the cloudy and cold German weather to, I mean, it's not that sunny here these days, but it's definitely a nice step up weather-wise. And also, I think I was pleasantly surprised by the produce you have here. Like the produce, the food. It's very fresh, very good. The fruits.
That's pretty much it. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks a lot.
Today we're here with.
Eva.
And where are you from?
I'm from Russia.
Nice, nice. So how long have you been here in the Philippines?
1 day.
So for today's question, what are some culture shocks that you experienced while being here in the Philippines for a day?
I've never seen so many trees and so many flowers. Food is very interesting, and people, culture, rich culture.
Today we're here with.
Kevin.
Where are you from, Kevin?
I'm from the U.S., Minneapolis, Minnesota.
And how long have you been here in the Philippines?
I've been here 4 days.
Is this your first time here?
It is my first time here for me and my sweetie.
Great to hear that. So, for the short time that you've been here, what are some culture shocks that you experienced here in the Philippines?
Culture shocks. Well, one is the infrastructure for pedestrians to get around. You end up walking in the street with cars, and that makes it very uncomfortable, somewhat dangerous, but you kind of figure it out and get used to it.
From where you're from in Minnesota, that's not the case?
No, the infrastructure there for pedestrians is a lot better. There are clearly sidewalks and streets that clearly keep the pedestrians separate from the cars, motorcycles, and bikes. And so, therefore, it's much safer to get around as a pedestrian.
When you first got here in the Philippines, did you find anything surprising?
Well, I think the one thing I found surprising was that to get around as a pedestrian, that was surprising, given that most of the people here have to use either public transportation or some other means of transportation because they may not be able to afford a car. And so the pedestrian transportation, people getting to work, was really surprising to me.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, thank you so much for your time.
That's it?
Yeah.
Well, you're welcome. Thanks, James.
Thank you. Today we're here with.
Sophie.
And where are you from, Sophie?
I'm from the Netherlands.
How long have you been here in the Philippines?
Now for 3 weeks.
Nice.
And 3 months ago I traveled through the Philippines, Palawan and Cebu.
And how was your stay here in the Philippines? How do you like it so far?
I like it so much. Everyone is so nice. It's very different from the Netherlands actually because everyone's so nice. In the Netherlands nobody even looks at me. Here they're all like, "Hi ma'am."
So, for today's question, what's a culture shock that you've experienced here in the Philippines? Or culture shocks?
Yeah, I think mostly the traffic though. I think in the Netherlands when I go somewhere I'm there in like 5 minutes and it's just the time that it says on Google Maps, and here it's just always traffic, especially in Manila. And then also the traffic on the islands is crazy because it has all the little tuk-tuks and the tricycles and everything. I've never seen them before in my life. It's so cute. So I take them all the time. And then the people, they're also nice and smiling. Like they're really enjoying life. And in the Netherlands, everyone's just depressed.
Depressed?
Well, it seems like it. Nobody looks at you. Nobody smiles at you.
So they're more serious or standoffish, you
Yes, very
think?
serious. Yes.
What do you think is the best part about being here in the Philippines?
Yeah, it's just happy vibes everywhere. And it's just always warm. In the Netherlands, it's always cold and rainy. And it's always warm. So I think, but the happy vibes mostly, yeah. That's nice, I think.
And since you've been here for quite some time already, would you consider maybe living here for long term?
I'm not sure. Not for maybe, not a very long time because it's very different from me. In the Netherlands, and my friends and family are in the Netherlands, so I wouldn't do that so far.
So you're really just here for work?
Yes, I'm here for work.
Alright. That's pretty much it. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You too.
Today we're here with.
James.
And where are you from, James?
I'm from Hawaii in the United States.
How long have you been here in the Philippines?
This time I've only been here for like a little less than a week, but I've been here a few times over the years. My boyfriend's from here.
That's sweet. So for today's question, what are some culture shocks that you experienced here in the Philippines?
I guess the biggest shock to me was like the presence of religion here. Like the US, I mean, I think is founded on like religious diversion from like Europe, but here the religious presence is, I think, a lot more overt and stronger than you see, and kind of more integrated. The US, we technically have the separation, even if it's an imperfect separation. Here you see so many representations of it throughout like public life, and also even things like the celebrations, like shutting down streets, causing traffic jams, things like that. It's a lot more integrated and seems like a larger part of the cultural identity. Whereas in the U.S., it seems like we try to separate it out, even if it's imperfect. So, yeah.
And what do you think was the best part of staying here in the Philippines, the short time that you've been here?
I mean, I think Filipino people are famous worldwide for like their like friendliness, their politeness, like their really excellent ability to engage with people in a polite but professional way. And I think I've seen that overseas a lot, but it's really exemplified, I think, here in that you get amazing customer service from the businesses, but also people are warm and inviting even when you're engaging with them in like a non-professional setting.
And in the short time that you've been here, do you think you would consider staying here maybe in the future to explore the islands and all the rest of it?
For sure, yeah. My boyfriend and I have talked about it, like sometime in the future maybe. I think I've only been to a few parts of the Philippines. We're actually flying out tomorrow to visit some more, and I'd love to move here in the future.
Best of luck with that one.
Thank you. Yeah, I hope we can explore some more sometimes.
Thank you so much for your time. That was it.
Have a good one.